With all the new diet plans in this day and age, it's hard to discern what is really going to work and what isn't. And through the audience analysis, I found that a lot of people have concerns with what type of flexibility they have in their dietary plan, as far as what they can eat versus what they can't eat. Now, through the past few months, I've been following a macronutrient tracking diet in which I've been able to splurge on junk food every once in a while also meeting my dietary goals. So macronutrients have become easier to calculate and track through the years and have also proven to help people track their own dietary goals. So in this speech, we're going to go over exactly what a macronutrient is and how you can track them, some of the benefits that have been shown through studies and research, and how you can implement this into your own life. So let's begin by covering the basics of a macro. There are three macronutrients that make up the calorie count of your food. Those are fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, and each are essential in your diet. Fats are necessary to maintain your hormone levels, as well as absorb fat-soluble vitamins and minerals in your foods. Carbohydrates act as the energy for your body to do physical activities, while proteins help rebuild and repair muscles as they break down. So calculating your goals takes quite a few different variables, some basic ones like your height, your weight, and your age, as well as some more specific ones like how much activity you do through the week, as well as what your goals are, whether that be losing fat, gaining weight, or maintaining where you are right now. So now that we're familiar with macros, let's see what the science has to say. So Katherine Jackson, who holds a PhD in nutrition and dietetics, published an article in May of 2013 on the correlation of macro intake and moderate exercise. Her article showed evidence that after a 16-week intervention workout routine, there were dietary fat intakes among overweight adults that were lowered, and although they were small, they were significant. This also didn't result in subjects taking extra macros to compensate for that dietary fat loss. So because they were losing calories from the fat, they didn't increase their appetite and take in more carbs or proteins or calories overall. There was another study conducted in the International Journal of Applied and Basic Nutritional Sciences in May of 2015, which searched to find a link between the government dietary recommendations and the rising obesity rate in America. And what they found was that a consistent decrease to fat intake and an increase in carb intake throughout the decades have been made to the average American diet. The test groups have also shown a strong relationship between the increase in carbohydrates of their total calories and the rise in obesity in America. So because they were vilifying fats from their diet and increasing the carb intake, it led to a rise in obesity. Now, it is somewhat back and forth between both these studies where one is vilifying carbs and one is vilifying fats. However, these two researches together are just saying that a more personalized macro goal is necessary for each and every one of us. So with all of this information to digest, let me put it into real world terms for you. So there was an article written in March of 2015 by Kay Alicia Fletters, a freelance reporter for US News with a graduate's degree in health and wellness reporting, where she discussed making macros work for you. She went over the If It Fits Your Macros plan, in which you have more wiggle room to splurge on junk food. So say you wanted to treat yourself with a cookie for the day, that would be probably 2 grams of fats and 20 grams of carbs. As long as you can make that fit into your goals for each day, you should be able to treat yourself every once in a while, as long as you eat healthy most of the time. And throughout the past 6 months that I've been following a macro plan that was personalized for myself, as well as keeping up with physical activity. I have already lost over 20 pounds this year, and I plan on continuing to follow a personalized macro plan to meet my dietary goals in the future. So let's recap on everything that's been discussed. Macronutrients have become easier to calculate and track through the years and have proven to help people reach their dietary goals. So in the speech, we went over how you can calculate your goals and exactly what a macro is. I went over the references of different studies that help show that macros need to be personalized, as well as the if it fits your macros plan, where you are able to have that flexibility in your diet. And like I said, I have gone through this since the beginning of this year, and I plan on continuing to do it to reach my own dietary goals. And I know that if it's possible for me, it's also possible for you.